Have you noticed there's a moment every night now, just before you ask the question, where you hesitate? And I hate this feeling, but because you already know how it's going to land. And the question is, did you get a job today? 5 words. But now they don't sound like 5 words. They sound like disappointment waiting to happen. You ask because you love them. You ask because you're scared. You're scared that they're stuck. You're scared that you're failing them somehow. Scared that if you stop asking, nothing happens at all. Sometimes that comes from anger. Sometimes it comes from frustration. But either way, it lands the same. And they hear something different. They hear it's not enough. Again. Nobody wants to sit down at dinner to have, I don't know, a fight break out before everybody. Nobody's sitting at the table anymore after a while. Nobody's joining each other. Because somehow those same 5 words turn into the same tight jaw, the same silence night after night. Here's what finally broke it for me. We were never really fighting about jobs. We were fighting because we weren't seeing activity, right? We weren't seeing movement. We were fighting because we'd never once sat down and said, what does a good week actually look like? We just said, go get a job. Now. Like that means something to them, right? Go get 5 applications, go get 15 applications, go walk-ins, following up, trying industries they've never touched. We expected effort, but we never defined what effort looked like. And then we acted surprised when the whole thing fell apart after we asked, did you get a job today? How did the job searching go? That was me, literally. For months, I had been grading a test nobody had studied for. Did they get hired? Did the phone ring? Did an interview land? None of that was ever theirs to control. The only thing that was theirs was whether they showed up for the week. And once I realized that, I couldn't unsee it. So I built something, not to fix them, but I had to fix the conversation. I had to ease the pressure. Something that could stand between us. So it wasn't, I don't know, my worry against their silence anymore. It was just the week, on paper, in front of us both. Applications, walk-ins, follow-ups. What got in the way? What we tried differently? And something shifted that I didn't expect. The room got quieter. We were sitting down at the table again. Not because we had nothing to say, because we weren't aiming at each other anymore. It was no longer a contest. It was no longer a frustration. We were both just looking at the same page. This is what a coach does, not the player. The plan, the film review, an adjustment, then does it all over again. Parents deserve that too. Not to manage another adult, to stay close to one without losing the relationship in the process. There is a big difference between saying, here are the places you need to go apply at, and choose an industry, use AI, leverage tools, and go find that job. So I made a free form, and it's called the Weekly Momentum Plan. One family needed it a while back. Then I realized how many kitchen tables this same exact silence, or maybe arguing, is sitting around right now. If that's yours, the link is below. Print it, sit down this Saturday, make a paper airplane out of it, but hopefully you guys use it because it helped us, it's helped several other families, and it simplifies the process. You're going to know really quick what rises to the surface. And instead of asking questions that start with a fight, ask the ones that start the conversation. Did we have an active week? Because maybe hope doesn't show up the day they get hired. Maybe it shows up the night you both look at the same page instead of across the table at one another with anger.